what's up guys? I'm here with a new video today. So, as you all know, in my previous video, I think the morning routine or my last charm episode review, I said I was gonna do a finale review of every show when their last episode of the season is out. So I did say I was gonna do The Flash, I think, in my morning routine and the others. So, as you all know already by now, that when I was doing a charm review, I always wait a day after it comes out when it comes to the CW app, that I will film it and the next day I'll upload it, which I'm gonna do for this video as well and with the other finale videos. So, as we all know, it does suck that some of our shows are not having the 22, 23 episode order that they had since the beginning of this season, and now it's shortened to I don't know how many episodes, but we could take as we could get, and plus it really leaves us with a really good cliffhanger and making us think what's gonna happen in the new season when the episodes are added to it. So let's get on with this finale review. I hope you guys love this video as much as I love filming it, and I hope you guys bear with me when I don't get every episode in order, or every scene in the episode in order, or if I said something right or wrong, or if I forget to mention something that happened in the episode. I just wanted to give that a little heads up so that when I talk about more in the episode, that you guys don't get mad when I don't have it in order or don't know the scene and stuff. So, as always, when I do these kind of videos, these reviews, I try to really put all my main attention and focus on the episode so that when I do this, I know every bit of it. So hopefully I did that for today. So when we first see the episode, we see Mir Singh and Ava at wherever they were, and of course he's talking probably to his husband or to someone, and he talks to Ava, and after that I think we see the intro, and after the intro we see at Caitlin's apartment, but she's as Frost at the beginning of the episode, and Cecile, Allegra, and Nash are helping her pack and whatnot, and of course Frost is a little hesitant that probably Caitlin's mom would not want to get to know her and stuff, and that she's Caitlin's mom only. And of course, she still had to like reassure her that Caitlin's mom is also her mom because they're the same. And plus we don't know if Caitlin's mom has the same powers as hers, because we did see when there was a family snow reunion where they thought the mom had it, but they found out that she didn't. But overall, we did see that the fire of her blood turned to ice, so she probably has it, probably not. She probably doesn't know it, but we don't know that for sure until like probably the next season when we see everything. And of course, Nash comes out and he has like a jacket. He's like Frost and stuff. Allegra's like, they're going to the Arctic, not Osworld. And of course, Frost tells Nash that Caitlin has their heavy winter coats back in the closet. Allegra said that she got it. And of course, she comes out. Before she comes out, Frost tells Nash not to worry about it and stuff. Let her come on her own time when she's ready. Just be there when she is. she comes out, and of course she has like the blue jacket that Frost always wears when she's gonna help kick the bad guy's butt. And Allegra asks if she can borrow it. She says sure. And then Caitlin's mom came in, and after that the three just left. We see back at the precinct in Barry's lab or Barry's office for sure. And we see Barry, Ralph, Allegra, and Nash. Trying to come up with a plan how to save Iris and all. And then possibly they got like an alert or something, or they just went to like one of Carver's warehouse, or just, yeah. They meet up with Singh, and they found out that Singh killed these guards, and they're trying to convince Mirror Singh of whatever they're trying to convince him to do or not to do. And he ends up burning the warehouse, and before he does it, before the flames get to Barry and Ralph, I think Barry runs out of the warehouse with Ralph, and they told the others that the warehouse was burned, and now they had to save Carver. Why am I thinking of Carter for some reason? And then we see Carver at, I think, at Jitters or something. He's in some building having coffee or whatever with someone, and they talk about what happened at the warehouse and whatnot. And when Barry goes to him, Carver's like Officer Allen and whatnot. And the guy that Carver was talking to left, or I think left before Barry even sat down. Barry told Carver that Ava is out of the Mirrorverse and what is now having a intention to kill him. And of course, Carver, being who he is, basically a pain in the butt, he ends up not acting like how any other like worried husband, where they are worried for their life that their wife might kill them. He doesn't act like that. He acts like a pain in the butt, apparently. And he ends up switching the conversation to Iris and whatnot. And Barry found out that Carver knew and never said anything. And Carver's trying to tell Barry that Iris is no longer gone and whatnot. And of course, at this point, he only did that because he was actually fully scared. He just didn't want to show it to Barry because he didn't think Barry has any business to know if he's scared or not about it. Because when he about to walk out, Barry doesn't look at what's happening, and Carver ends up having like this like goosebumps or something that he is scared and whatnot, and he has to deal with it and stuff. And then we see at Carver's apartment, or I think house, where we see his black hole assassins, which is Ultraviolet, who is Allegra's cousin, and the other two people, Sunshine, I think Sunshine, and the other one, and of course, the Kimio, was wondering what happened to Sunshine. Ultraviolet said that she probably went into the sun or something, but she'll pop up again. And then when Kimio gets her weapon out, she finds out that Ultraviolet is gone, and she gets her gun. She does what every like people do with guns. They search around, and then she sees Ava in this mirror that she took Ultraviolet and Sunshine from, and of course Kimio, I think that's how you say her name. I hope I said her name right. She shot the mirror, but then Ava took her from the mirror that she was standing in front of, and then we see back at I think it's in the Mirrorverse. I think we see the Mirrorverse next. Hopefully I'm right. So in the Mirrorverse, we see Iris and Camilla talking, the real Iris and Camilla, and they are trying to find the real Sing, and of course Iris is like already adapting or whatever with the Mirrorverse. She can read off a map off the computer that Camilla can't see, and she said if she concentrates more and whatnot, she'll be able to find Sing. And then after that, we see Carver at his apartment. He's calling out Kimio, Ultraviolet, and Sunshine's name. He finds out that Ava has been there. He goes back to he goes to the precinct, to Barry's lab, but he goes there like a minute after Barry and Nash talks about near nuisance or something, and Carver comes in saying, at least someone believes me, and of course he's being his regular jerk self. The two doesn't like him as much and whatnot. Oh yeah, I forgot, before that all happened, before Carver came and whatnot, Ralph had a talk with Sue Durbon's parents and Sue, and now back to that part I was talking about. They were, Carver said that if they help him have like protection and whatnot, he'll give a call to whoever to bring Joe out of witness protection and whatnot, and they did agree to do that. And so when they were so when the three were downstairs, Barry and Carver comes out, and I think they were talking about Ava and stuff. I didn't really like hear them really good. And then right when they were about to leave, Mir Singh comes to the precinct, and Barry was like surprised but still worried. And Singh tells Carver that his paperwork went on his desk, and he's there to take him to witness protection himself. But of course, Barry and the others knew that wasn't the case and that they shouldn't trust Singh. But then Mir Singh asked Barry if they could talk for a minute. They go to the reception desk or something, whatever you call it. Of course, Mir Singh said mother and then said Ava's name, and of course, he said that he said to Barry if he gave him Carver, Ava will give him Iris and doesn't want to fight and whatnot. And of course, Barry at this point was hesitant on it, and before he said anything, Nash knew what was up, and of course Nash pushed Mir Singh out of the way, took Barry, and then he did like how every ninjas would do. He ends up throwing a smoke bomb or whatever in front of them, and of course they go back to the Star Labs, and Carver's like, can anyone tell him what's going on? And Nash was like, I saved your life, that's what's going on. And of course he hears one of the rails in his head, and it said Nash. He said what, and we all saw it was Harry, and Harry told Nash that he knows Barry Allen. He wouldn't agree to a deal to save Iris, and of course they all talked about how it's gonna be easy for Ava to get inside of Star Labs to get Carver. Carver said that he has a panic room that's filled with bio something at his building, and that he can put on force field, and whoever tries to like come across it, they'd be like destructionized or something. I didn't really hear the scientisty word or big words that he was saying. So they go there, but before that, of course, him being a businessman and a jerk, Carver asked Nash, how what's that on your arm and how much do you want it? And of course, Ralph and Allegra did not like that. Like he's being like that right now, and Ralph's like, shut your buttocks or something. I forgot what he said, but I know he told Carver to be quiet. And so they leave, I think, to one of the directions inside of Star Labs, and of course Nash talks to Barry, and he tells Barry what the other Weldon's heads were saying, that they know that the Barry Allen they knew wouldn't take the deal and whatnot, and that he was hesitant. And Barry said that Iris is my wife. Do you not understand that? He, Nash said that he did and whatnot, and so they all went to there is one part of the episode where Killer Frost, Frost, and Caitlin's mom talks and whatnot. So the others go to McCulloch building where Iris was first disappeared, and of course the others are in like the inside of the building while Barry and Barry and Carver goes into his panic room, and of course at this point in the Mirrorverse, Ava did know that he had a panic room, but Carver didn't know that, and then Allegra and the others were trying to evacuate the building, and of course Ralph saw Sue. He tried to talk to Sue, but I think Sue knocked him out, and then Allegra told Carver and Barry that everyone's out. Carver activates the force field, and of course at this point the force field gets taken down or disabled, so that means Ava and Carver's former assassins are there. So Carver tells Barry that there's a sub-level basement where he can bring out the power again, and then he said he has his own way of dealing with this. So there was a fight where Allegra and them were at, and of course Nash gave Allegra this stone where that when she's like stuck and when she really needs a moment, she should use it. So Barry bumps into, not like really bump into, but just like bump into Mira Singh, and found out that Ava was Mira Singh out of nowhere, and of course he gets knocked out by Ava, and the others are just fighting and whatnot after Ralph woke up and stuff, and of course Kimio, Ultraviolet, and Sunshine tells Carver that they don't work for him anymore. They found out what he really did and whatnot, and stuff, and they all fight, and then until one point where Nash saved Allegra from getting killed by her own cousin Ultraviolet, and asked Allegra if she remembered what he said about the stone. She should use it. She used it. She raised it out. I think that's what she does to Allegra, to Ultraviolet, and Ultraviolet had like probably a bad memory. And then they're all fighting and whatnot, and we see that Ava already is in the panic room, and now Carver is trying to make sure he comes out of there alive. And of course, Ava breaks the mirror and shatters it and stuff, and they circle around the room until Carver was in the middle of the shattered glass, and Carver said that he had to do what he had to do, and Ava's like, then I have to do what I have to do, and she picks up the shattered glass. She ends up shooting it or whatever, throwing it or whatever to Carver. Why am I keep saying Carter for some reason? Carver, but before it hits him, Barry run in front of him real fast, and Ava's like, do you know he doesn't deserve it or something? And Barry had to remind her that, oh, he does and stuff, but it's not her decision to do it. She said, yes, it is. And she ends up pushing the glass that hit Barry through him, and hit it to Carver. Of course, Ava talks to Carver before he officially is dead. And after that, she takes out the glass out of Barry, and Barry ends up healing. Hopefully he did heal. And she ends up telling, then Ava ends up telling Barry that they have the same thing, or they are doing the same thing or not. Barry, of course, told her that no, they're not, or I think he did. And of course, at this point, we all know that what Ava thinks that her and Barry are in for the same thing is not totally the same what Barry is thinking. Barry doesn't kill people or anyone, so apparently Ava got that wrong. And then after that, before Nash, Allegra, Sue, and Ralph, we're gonna start fighting the three, which is Camille, Ultraviolet, and Sunshine. Before they start, Ava ends up saying stop and whatnot, and she tells Barry that this is her building and that's the trespassing, and they better leave before they call the police. So after that, they leave, and then we see back at the precinct where Ava ends up acting like nothing has happened and whatnot. And of course, the press are asking what happened to her and stuff. She lies half the time. She says that she was held hostage by this like criminal industrial something. I really did not get what she was trying to say. She said that when her and Carver were reunited, he was murdered. And of course, she ends up saying that she's not gonna stop until she finds out who murdered him. And we all know she's the one who murdered him. He just, and whatnot. And of course, at this point, after that, we see back at Caitlin's where Barry talks to Caitlin about Iris and stuff. Caitlin's like, they are gonna try their best to, they are gonna try everything in their power to save Iris and whatnot. And of course, Barry said that he can't get angry without losing more of his speed. And Caitlin reassures him that maybe try not to think about being angry about what you lost and whatnot. and she talks about love and stuff. And of course, Barry's like, I'm gonna miss you. They hug. Kaylin's mom comes in, and before they leave, Kaylin's tells. Of course, they did talk to Frost a little bit, but then Kaylin tells Flash Barry to tell the team that she already misses them already, and then of course we see back at the precinct again. It's like the third time or fourth time, and we see it was only Barry, Nash, and Allegra. They talked about how that Iris and Camilla are still prisoners to Ava, and of course Barry reassured them, or Barry said that they're gonna try to save the people that they love. And then we see back at Sue's other place that she was in. She said that you don't get a hint or something, and then now she could go home. And Ralph tells her that she can't because Ava set her up for Carver's murder. And of course she sees the news and whatnot, and she freaks out. And then, but before that, during the precinct time, Cecile said we got some reinforcements, and of course we were all happy for this. Joe came out of the witness protection, and everyone's happy that Joe's back, and he's getting back into the game and whatnot. And he said, let's save the people that we love. And then after that, we see back in the Mirrorverse. It's the second time we see Iris and Camilla. Iris and Camilla, talks to Iris or tries to convince Iris not to do it because it hurt her the last time. But Iris concentrated and whatnot. She said that Cindy's in the hospital, and she did it. And of course, she ends up having another headache. And at this point, Camilla thought that it was because she saw other looks. And of course, she ends up evaporating or something. And then that's it. So overall, this is a really good episode. It did really surprise. At the ending, it really did surprise me because I'm feeling that's how Iris got out of the Mirrorverse. It's because she really concentrated and whatnot. She became one with the Mirrorverse a little bit. Or it probably sent her to where Sing was at. So, hopefully next season we get to see Barry reunited with Iris, and also Joe reunited with Iris, and hopefully we get to see Wally again and see him get reunited with Iris, and also with Jenna. I know it kind of sucks right now for Barry and them because their loved ones are in a Mirrorverse and they can't do anything to get them out, but they're trying their best, and it frustrates them and whatnot. And hopefully we get to see how they're going to take down Ava without anyone getting killed and whatnot. And I really would like to see if they're going to make Ultraviolet reform and become like a good metahuman and work beside her cousin Allegra and the others. But if not, then she can stay as a villain then. So, this is a really good episode and whatnot, and I really love The Flash. The Flash has been my main, really, favorite Arrowverse show ever in it, but I do love the other ones no matter what. Oh yeah, and also, Stargirl is coming out this month. I think it's May 17, I don't know, I really had to check back on that. I really want to see Stargirl and how their world is portrayed and whatnot, and how does they really fit in it and stuff. And also, Yeah, I think that's like the only Arrowverse show, DC show, whatever, that's in it. And I know I'm also gonna be excited when Superman and Lois series come out, because of course they are getting more cast on there. And then hopefully we get to have the Green Arrow and the Canaries. I really love that. And yeah, before I make this any longer, because in the beginning of this video I ended up starting talking really long before I start the episode. So I hope you guys love this video as much as I love filming it for you guys, because I really do, even if I do sometimes look tired and whatnot. And I hope you guys did bear with me when I didn't get some scenes in the episode in order and didn't say things right and whatnot. I tried my best, like, really. And of course you guys already know about my Twitter account. For my YouTube channel, you guys can follow that. It's going to be down in the description as always. And yes, I did say in my morning routine I'm going to try my best to be very active in my main accounts on Instagram, Twitter, via everything. And also try to be active for my YouTube channels, Instagram and Twitter stuff. I'm not going to make another Snapchat because I'm like so many and I don't want to keep making more. So, I hope you guys love this video. I hope you guys have a great morning, day, evening, afternoon. And I hope you guys stay safe, and hopefully by the next time you see a new video uploaded, it's probably going to be about Legends of Tomorrow or Roswell, New Mexico. And yes, if you didn't see Roswell, New Mexico review video come out this week, that's probably because I didn't do one, and I'm just gonna say I'm sorry for that. I am gonna really try my best to keep doing this, because it's counterproductive, which is productive for me to do on a daily basis, to keep me very active every day and not like lazy and tired and stuff. Hopefully I get to do next week's own. And so before I make this video again any longer, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.